Everyone get out!
Greetings programs! I am today going to take a foray, one of my occasional forays into other games. This one kind of involves tanks though. It's Company of Heroes 2 and I picked this up during the Steam Summer Sale along with the Western Front expansion, which wasn't actually on sale but it wasn't that expensive. I've been kind of enjoying it. I've also got Company of Heroes 1, which has definitely got a much more enjoyable single player. I have only done a couple of the single player campaign missions in this, and I've just not bothered doing the rest. It just didn't grab my interest at all. But, however, the online and skirmish stuff is actually pretty enjoyable. I actually want to say this is a game that feels like they've put much more emphasis on the online multiplayer stuff, and I don't know if that's what's hurt the single player campaign, but having said that, I never really have truly played the first Company of Heroes online. I think just because of its antiquity, it's actually quite hard to find players still. There are a few. I mean, I've managed it a couple of times, and it does have some interesting game modes. It's just nobody's playing them. So, yeah. This, however, much more recent game. Plenty of people still playing it. So, we're gonna have a go, and I'm gonna have a go as the Russians. Now, this game is a bit. There is a minor annoyance for me in that some of the commanders that let you get various things, they are. You can only get them through buying them. Some, I think, actually, well, I don't know if that's true. Maybe you can unlock them if you play long enough, but you can also buy them. And this is the only one I've actually bought beyond paying for the game itself. This is the Soviet Industry Tactics Commander, and you'll see at the bottom there it says KV-2 Heavy Tank. You can guess why I bought this one. This was also during the Steam Summer Sale. This was half off. I think the normal price is they're like £3 each. And you think, oh, that's not too bad. But if you buy a bunch of them, you know, it quickly adds up. So yeah, one on the other hand, when it was on sale, I can stand that, but I'm not really going to be buying any other. It's a bit overpowered, this one as well. Some of the once you unlock the Soviet industry thing, like you get so many, you can build tanks so quickly with that. And then the crew repair thing is also really useful, and the repair stations are incredibly useful. And then you get a KV-2 at the end of it, just as the icing on the cake. Now, I've considered what I'm going to do. The auto match is you basically get put in with against random people, or with random people against AI, I should say, and that's it's always a victory point game mode, because there's a couple of different game modes. Well, there's two. There's victory point game mode and there's annihilation game mode. I've done some annihilation game modes multiplayer. I had one that literally went on for about 3 hours, and in the end we just decided to surrender because it was such a deadlock. It was a map where there were particular choke points, and it was just such a deadlock that we just we all just decided it wasn't worth it. We wanted to get on with our lives. The annihilation mode's kind of fun against the AI because you can go on a ruffle stomp, but it just depends on the map. And there is one thing that does also bug me that I'm going to say right now about this game, in that for some reason the Relic decided to. They've changed how population cap works, because in Company of Heroes you had to control various points on the map, and the more points you controlled, the more population cap you had, and that could lead to a kind of a runaway effect, and it was very hard to come back from that. Whereas this, they've changed it so there's a fixed population cap. But for the Relic maps, it's very low. Comparing the actual cap you get to the amount of pop cap that your units cost, it's actually quite hard to build sometimes armies of sufficient size to do what you need to do on maps. So what I've noticed with is a lot of the player created maps that are available through the Steam Workshop is they have like doubled or sometimes trebled the population cap. And so if I'm just playing on my own versus the AI, or if I'm looking on the public game list, which is kind of like people's publicly listed custom games, I tend to go for the ones that are playing on user-created maps, because they will have better population cap, whereas the Relic-created maps, with a population cap of 100, you know, it's incredibly difficult. Anyway, I think we are just going to go with auto match versus AI. That will put us into a thingamy mode. Actually, we'll tick the hard box as well, because easy is ridiculous. You cannot fail against the easy AI unless you've just basically gone away from the keyboard. Standard is a little bit more challenging, but still not that much more difficult. Hard is when it starts to get a bit interesting, but I've managed to beat hard AI enemies, and if you're in a team of other players that are doing okay, then you can fairly easily take on the AI. But the thing with the victory points is that there's generally 3 per map, and you have to control 2 of the 3, and controlling the 2 of the 3, and you end up kind of almost trying to set up defensive positions because you don't have enough population cap to defend the victory points and go after the enemy. And there have been very few battles with this game mode where we've just annihilated the enemy team. It's always been we've won through the victory ticker, because it's incredibly risky to ignore the victory points and then commit your forces to trying to go after them. Also, there's the added interest or fun or whatever that you're playing this with a bunch of random people, so you don't know how it's going to go. This might go well, it might go terribly. I might have to do lots of jump cuts in this one, because there might be lots of stretches where there's just nothing happening. But it shouldn't be too long, because it is the victory point. It is going to be the victory point scoring system, so one of us is going to win. One side is going to win sooner rather than later. So yeah, I think we might do a little a jump cut here, because the matchmaking, it's not quite as fast as World of Tanks. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, here we go. Matchmaking has found us some allies. It's put us up against some hard opponents, and we're on a map that is called Steppes, but it's not anything like World of Tanks Steppes. It's a fairly open map, and you can see there the 3 stars on the mini-map, so the victory points, I mean, 2 of them are reasonably close together, and we'll probably be concentrating on those 2, because your spawn points are kind of like there and there, and that's where your bases end up being. So, what I was saying about the population cap, it's much easier to concentrate your forces, and you really only have to hold those forces, hold those points. And it's also obviously useful to hold some of the other capture points as well. But it ends up being that you can't really afford to have too many units running around the map trying to capture points from under the nose of the enemy, because you need those units elsewhere because your population cap's so low. That's the one thing that really does bug me about this game, is how low they've made the population cap, or conversely how high, given the population cap that they've made available, that they actually have made the unit costs. So I'm gonna also say I kind of suck at these sorts of games, RTS games. I'm doing alright with this kind of co-op multiplayer mode, because I'm in with other players, and it means I can concentrate on more limited objectives rather than having to think about a whole battlefield at once. But that's one of my problems with RTS games, and I think I've mentioned it in the Q&D video where I was talking about the Asperger's stuff, is that concentrating on a lot of things going on at the same time is quite difficult for me. So if it's just like I've got a few units or a small group of units to worry about, or a limited area of the map to worry about, I can do a lot better than if I'm trying to simultaneously deal with a whole map's worth of stuff. So my early strategy with the Russians is usually to build a scout car and one of these penal battalions, and I think we almost have enough for a scout car. It's one of the nice mechanics in that a unit, an infantry unit that's in a troop carrying unit can actually capture these points, so that's kind of useful. So I'm just kind of sending my engineers out for the early captures. I'm not quite sure what the best strategy for these maps are, but you've got, we've got 4 players on our sides, and if one player sort of, or 2 players sort of concentrate per cap, I don't know, that might be the best way, but that probably involves more coordination than is possible for this just kind of random battle. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on the minimap and keep an eye on my production and keep an eye on everything else at the same time. It's quite tricky. So I've got my penal battalion who can be upgraded with frame flowers or even flamethrowers, but I can't do that just yet because I don't have enough resources. So you see that fixed population cap. The actual manpower resource is that they've changed that. That also came from your regular points, and you could basically I'm trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. That always goes well. You could something. Oh, I've made them run away just as enemies were. Oh well, never mind. Right. What if I get the scout car to go there? Yeah, the population cap you just get by default, but as your population increases, that manpower goes down. But you still have to get fuel and ammunition the regular way. So let's disrupt these guys. And the problem with the scout car, as you can see there, that's just a regular infantry unit, and they are getting absolutely... Yeah, they're getting absolutely out. Scout cars are a bit rubbish in terms of armour. We might have to retreat these guys. Because once that scout car opens up, yeah, let's retreat them. Okay, so I just wasted a little bit of fuel and a little bit of whatever. Are we contesting any of the victory points? Yes, we are. Okay, it's not too bad at the moment. This might be a terrible loss, it might not be, we'll see. So, can I build... No. But we can build one of them. Now, you can turn regular points into... You can boost either their munitions or their fuel output, but you also get kind of high munitions and high fuel points, which are especially valuable. So they seem to be contesting the middle and south. So I'll maybe concentrate on the north. I'll just replenish all that. And I can make them flamethrower squad now as well. It's actually, I quite like... With the flamethrowers, I mean, once they're equipped, if you've got a scout car, and we'll try that again. It's slightly risky, but they're not very expensive scout cars. They're useful in the early game because they've got mobility, but once you get people with anti-tank weapons running around, or anti-vehicle weapons, they become increasingly useless because they can just get hit so easily. But if you can run into a group of enemy infantry and you've got these guys with flamethrowers and they're just kind of like leaning out the side, flaming everything, that can be kind of fun. So we also want to start building some conscript units. But the thing is, normally I'd be like, I'll just build lots and lots and lots of... Well, no, because I don't have much in the way of population cap, so I have to be quite careful. And also because that is a fixed quantity, your manpower. You know, it's all right, but it's not like you get infinite amounts. So we'll help here. Can I build... I quite like only certain like I think is it the Germans, the Wehrmacht East forces, they can build like MG nests and stuff like that. But okay, here we go. Here's some engineers, right? So I want to get these. See, I want to get my scout car in close, and then you can do this. And you keep it on the move. And the scout car can't use its guns as effectively, but right, they've broken and run. And we want to get my engineers to run away, but my scout car is just toasting these guys. There we go, that's much more effective. And they've lost a couple of units. Right, we'll get that back and repaired, and send it off to capture another unit. So it's good for taking out those kind of early kind of scouting infantry units, but Molotov's probably more useful right now. Reinforce them and fix that. So what else could I be building right now? What I really want to do is build, there we go, the support weapons barracks, because we do need some AT guns fairly sharpish. At the moment they have all 3 victory points and we're being rather soundly thrashed. Okay. Just wait till they finish repairing that. And... yeah. Okay, now they've now got better anti-personnel, and they will very shortly have better anti-tank capability. We'll send this scout car up here. We'll hopefully build that quickly. And then I want some anti-tank guns. And it's just the expense of everything. It's like I probably don't play particularly efficiently, and like I've said, I'm not especially good at these games. But oh, well done, Steam. I don't know why it does that, and it's annoying. It's just I find it kind of annoying that there's so little, and it makes responding effectively. You end up with your forces spread out very thinly, and you're just constantly reacting and reacting and reacting, and it's hard to actually be quite proactive. Oh, what am I doing? See, I'll just reinforce them, but no, they're not actually near the headquarters anymore. Right, there we go. You'd think those guys would run away at this point, but apparently not. Right, there we go, so we can build tanks and stuff a lot quicker now. Right. We... let them go there. Yeah, we're not doing so well. Right, we want... they're already getting concentrations of infantry. They haven't even built tanks and stuff yet. I mean, we're getting quite thoroughly screwed, if I'm honest. And they're still trying to cap, even though those guys are obviously... Yeah. So this might be a short game, it might be a loss. Yeah, we'll see. Right, we'll place them in support there. Or in support there. We really have to move on one of these victory points. We are getting... Like, we haven't taken control of one long enough to even take off a single enemy ticket. And this is... It's so random with these AI battles. You just don't know how it's going to go. Because you don't know how your teammates are going to be. Especially when we're facing a hard enemy. Like, we get beaten by the hard AI. I get beaten by the hard AI much more often than standard. And the expert AI, I wouldn't even care to try that, to be honest. Right, we'll just reinforce them. Get the scout car back. Right, we'll get this scout car behind that car. And oh, I have to have them run away. Oh, they can't defend themselves very well. So I just ended up with all my forces split up and not together, but we're being soundly thrashed, so I'm not convinced it really matters. If I could build... Oh, that's not what I wanted. If I could build tanks, that'd be useful, but I'm not sure... Yes, T-34, okay. If I could build some T-34 tanks, that might flip things back in our favour, because I can build them really quickly. But, right. Did I... Where's my scout car? I should probably get them back. Just have them kind of drive by. Yeah, no, I think we're losing. But hey, random teams. What are you gonna do? And like I said, I am not a good player of these sorts of games generally. I enjoy them, you know. It's things like Command and Conquer I've been playing for years and years and years. But I just tend to suck at them. And this is a rarity in that I actually have been playing it online. That's not something I tend to do. Right, let's see if I can actually... Keeping track for me of these things is quite... Like, once it gets a bit hectic, then keeping track on the minimap and getting your units in the right place, I find that really hard. Oh, being attacked from the north. That's just a challenge for my information processing skills, apparently. Alright, we'll have them attack them. And can we build tanks yet? I don't think I've even got enough fuel to build a single tank. I probably don't even have enough time to get enough fuel to build a single tank. Oh well. Right. Let's get them there. Can I? No. Can almost build a T-70 light tank. We'll do that. I mean, it's not much, but it's something. And then we'll try and go for one of their victory points. Why are they trying to capture a fuel point? I don't know. We've almost lost this. I did have one game, and it was against hard AI, where we were really successful early on. We took the enemy down to within about 70 tickets of losing. And then somehow the AI made this massive comeback, and we just could not beat them. We could not take the victory points. and they just sat there with those 70 tickets and managed to beat us. So there we go. Soviet industry perk is incredibly useful because we just built that tank so fast. So there we go, a little T-70 light tank. It's only tier 3, you know, but I don't think we're going to be in this game long enough for me to build a KV-2, to be honest. I don't think that's going to be a thing that happens. And they're already starting to build light tanks and things as well. So, I'm just going to send that up on a desperate run to try and capture that northern victory point, and that might stabilise the situation. Right. And the thing with this kind of open map is it's actually harder to defend the victory points because there's stuff like this kind of cover is few and far between, and we can build sandbag walls, but they don't last terribly long. It doesn't especially matter when you've got people lobbing mortars at you. Right. Well, we're still losing tickets, but we're losing them less fast. I don't know if we're going to do this. Right, they're still building sandbags. Oh, I was going to build an AT gun, wasn't I? We need one of those. Because if they're going to start throwing tanks at us... Right, I'm going to be ready to pull this scout car out at a moment's notice. The thing is, though, I can capture it, but I can't defend it. Not with just a scout car. I can try building some conscript units, but I've got nothing. I've got one light tank, engineers, you know, scout car, 2 conscripts and mortars, and the conscript, the thingamy squad. And now an anti-tank gun, and that's it. That's half my population cap gone. So it's tricky, you know. This is the thing I do not like about this particular game mode. Right. I could leave these guys to there, you know, but this is not enough to take and hold this point, and I don't have enough to take that to hold that northern point either. So I just guess we're going to go with. Right, we can build them T-34s. That's really useful because they're a bit tougher. I can have my scout car run around and just be disruptive and capture their points, so that they're trying to end up just recapturing their own points, and it's kind of stealing resources from them as well. Well, it's a bit lazy sticking them all in the same group, but I'm just going to keep them all grouped together. Whoa! Scout car's going to go away. That's a bunch of enemy stuffs. Because that's not particularly good. If you had crew with anti-tank weaponry in there, but with the Russians you don't get anti-tank weaponry, you only get grenades, and you have to have your infantry units on foot. So, it doesn't really work. I could actually, if I have that grouped separately. Thing is, fuel's so precious, I don't want to. Oh, damn it, they're building Jagdpanzers already. Jagdpanzer 4s. Right, I've lost myself on the minimap there. There we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's right. You just run over the sandbags with painstakingly built this cover. Good plan, though. Well, let's repair the scout car. Reinforce that squad. And see, they've already got Panzerschreck weaponry, so that's tricky. Oh, that's a Panzer 4. Yeah, well, there's not a huge amount we can do about it. Take out that AT gun. Oh, that'll be a Panzer 4. Right, let's have our tank and AT gun on that. Let's have our... attack those guys. Oh, we're about to lose these guys. I can reinforce them with the conscript squad though, that's alright. See, it's this kind of like, oh my god, I have to do it now and have to do it now, and there's no time to think, and it's like, So it gets a bit tricky. So I think we can take these guys. What I could really do with is go like a repair station. there. So we're going to have to get that tank prepared up. I really don't want to lose that tank, but... roll, right. Gun crew, you might want to attack those guys. Maybe. If we have one of them throw... Oh, did I not do the 80 upgrades? Apparently not. Oh! Enemy armor! Abandoned! Capture! Free tank I don't have to pay for. Right. They are going to go back and reinforce, as are those guys, and we're going to get that repaired, and we're going to have a tank that I didn't have to pay for, you guys! Right, we're still losing badly though, 52. We'll have them repair that, and if we send my disruptive thingamy thing in there. But the thing is, we're losing, so, you know, there's that. I don't think we're going to win this one. I've got 80 weaponry, but they are facing the wrong way. So, my plan is keep them on the move, take out the 80 weaponry, and there we go, they're now retreating. Right, we're going to have them, these guys pull back in a second, because they're getting kind of beaten up. Yeah, right. Right, we need just keep them grouped up. Haha, those guys didn't last long. Right. Right, they're there, so I need those two conscript units to go back there. And this is just, yeah, it gets to this stage and we're not winning, but we're not losing now, which is, you know, better. So can I build another T-34? Yes, I can. And we're already up to 70 pop cap, and I've got... Look at the units I've got. This is nothing, but we're up to 70 pop cap, you guys. So I'll put that there, and I'll get them back. So I might... It gets to this kind of stage, and it gets silly, because you end up, like, if I unlock KV-2s, I will... maybe be able to afford one if I don't... No, I'll actually have to go and send some units to their death. Just so I can build some KV-2s. Right, we'll send my tanks down here, my armoured units. And we'll support the guys at the southern spawn there. We could do with some reinforcement, but it's like I can't afford anything right now, so that's fun. Okay, we absolutely need to retake this southern victory point, so that's going to be my priority now. And I'll pop them out. It's kind of annoying you can't reinforce. You can heal them when they're in a half track or a scout car or whatever, but you cannot actually. I forgot what I was saying there. It's just the way my brain works, apparently. Let's take out that half track. Bam, 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 there we go. This mostly seems to be things like armoured cars, but those Puma armoured cars have got 5 cm guns, which are not terrible. Right, there we go. What we want that to go and repair itself. That's probably the quickest repair depot. I'm kind of desperately, we want to capture, but I also want to keep the units alive, because if I lose the units I don't have time or the resource to build more units. So there we go. Right, we get those guys down here. And we take out those guys. Oh, and that's one of their headquarters units as well. So we can take that out, that is a bit of a boon, because that deprives them of some production capability. That's alright, that's getting repaired. I could send that down there. And maybe see about capturing that. And that is some kind of... That's a Puma there, I think, so we'll take that out. That'll be useful. Hooray! I can build a KV-2, except I'll have to send somebody to their death in order to actually be able to afford that. Which is kind of like, I've got so few units guarding the middle, and this is the problem I have. It's like, how do you, what do you throw away in order to do that? Right, well, we've made that point neutral. We need to get this scout car closer so I can use its flamethrowers. I do like this strategy, just like drive up and then flamethrower to the face. Yep. Right, are they? Oh, yeah. No, that scout car's not going to be really surviving hits from a Jagdpanzer IV, especially well. So we need to shoot stuffs. I was thinking I'd send my tanks after the Jagdpanzer IV, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Right, dear, that's getting a bit beaten up. Send that back. When you take that out, that shtug. Now, I can actually, in theory, capture points with this tank because that's one of the veteran abilities of the Russians, which is quite nice. Uh-oh! Turn that. Oh, I do find that annoying that you have to like manually tell them to turn the freaking AT gun. Right. Anti-tank guns, anti-tank grenades, go on, throw them. We need this point. Oh, we need to kill that MG thingy. Oh, crud, where was that? Oh, crud. Okay, no, that did not go according to plan. Right, I have lost 2 of my armoured vehicles, in fact, but now I can build a KV-2 at least. Oh, KV-2. Probably not going to get a chance to use it. There's so little time left now, but we'll send the KV-2 over here. And, oh, we lost all my conscripts that were there. Okay, GG. We're going to have to retreat that unit, because they are dead anyway. If I don't... Nope, they are dead. This is so annoying, the population cap. This is why I started off playing a lot of these auto match versus AI, and I do still sometimes, but mostly I do custom games these days, because the inability to just build enough units is so annoying. Like, it's one of the major things that I really just... I don't know why they took that as a design decision. It just makes no sense. It really doesn't. Go on, KV-2! Fire! Fire, KV-2! Right. I should probably... Right, that's all that's left of that infantry group that was, you know, a single mortar squad. I should probably just actually build a repair station there so they can like automatically... I haven't even built all the... I haven't built the final base structure thing. Right, we'll get them down there. Probably not enough to do much good, but yeah. Well, I've got one KV-2 that's kind of like holding back hell now, apparently. Oh, crap. Okay, no, that's too much. That's a pair of tank destroyers. Let's back them up. And this is where it gets tricky for me, is trying to kind of like coordinate and keep track of multiple things happening at multiple points on the map. I just fail so hard at that. But there's an L70, so let's take that out. I was thinking, it looks kind of like, compared to the one in World of Tanks, that looks pretty long to me actually. The one in World of Tanks is kind of a stubby little... Right, if we can get sort of behind and around this guy... Oh, we just lost the... what's it? Well, that's good. Right, I guess I can try sending that up there, but it's probably not going to do much good. Right. Oh, they're under fire from multiple directions, that ain't good. I can take out that guy, that's good. And then back north, because we absolutely need to do something about that. Did I tell him to drive all the way backwards? I'm not sure I did, but anyway. Yeah, no, I think we lost. Oh well. I kind of had a feeling that there was a very good chance that having, playing this, that I actually know we would just, oh, crap, they're about to die. That we would just, that I'd just lose terribly. We kind of have, but hey, like I said at the beginning, I am not particularly good at these games. Right, oh, right, they can capture if they sit on that point, but they're probably not going to actually be able to capture fast enough. So how am I stood kind of guarding? Oh, crud, no, they've got a lot of stuff there. No, 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 no. This is not working. Yes, well, GG, that would appear to be that, but hey. I knew when I saw it was a hard AI that there was probably not that big a chance I was going to win. Oh, yeah, no, see, I've just lost all my units. And I could have been building more actually, but my brain did not even go, oh, that's an option, because there's just too much going on. KV-2. And I did get to build a KV-2, you guys. Moral victory. I got to build a KV-2. Yeah. Boom. Actually, you'd think that would actually just one-shot a half-track, 152 mil HE shell, but apparently not. So, let's see if I can just rack up another kill with a KV-2. I don't even care at this point. We're just gonna see if I can. The dying seconds. And I'm sure my scores at the end are not going to be particularly impressive, but did I mention I kind of suck at these sorts of games? But, even though I do... There we go, we lost. Even though I do, I still actually kind of enjoy them. I do. So there we go. Quick match. And let's have a look at the scores. So that was one where... We never really... I mean, we kind of contested the ones in the middle and the south, but we didn't have enough forces there, and... I was trying to hold on to that one in the middle, but not enough unit cap. And that's just one of those design decisions that I just think, why? Why did they do that? I didn't do particularly much damage. It's not like we did, the AI did masses more damage than us. In fact, player per player, we actually did more damage than the AI, but we were not capturing the points. So yeah, I'm sure people in the chat, in the thingamy who have played this are probably sitting there going, "Noob, noob! You should have done this and you should have done that." Well, probably, but like I said, I'm not very good at these games. So there you go, Company of Heroes 2. I do kind of enjoy it, but more for the multiplayer than the single player. If you're gonna buy it yourself, I don't know, wait till there's a Steam sale or a sale somewhere else to get it, because I don't think it's quite worth the full price. It's good, but I don't know, it's missing something that some of the previous Relic games have had, and there are some odd design decisions that just kind of limit my enjoyment of it. But there is still some enjoyment there to be had. So, if you like this video, you can hit the like button below, you can leave a comment, you can subscribe to my channel, and as always, stay tuned for more.